Hello, welcome to the Fulus Africa podcast, where we tell stories of Africans working in the Gulf. Stay tuned. Hi.
Hi.
Could you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about yourself?
Well, okay. My name is Irene Nyambura Wanjiko, and I'm a sixth born, being the last born in my family, and I'm a mother of two. Yeah, my son is in Multimedia University, and my daughter is yet to start up in the kindergarten.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in Dogoto and brought up in Dagoretti. Later alone, moved to a place called Rodigete. Then again, moved to Utawala. What else? Then again, I switched back to Dogoto, to where now I am to date.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Could you tell us which country you worked in and how long you worked there?
I worked in Saudi. I worked for 1 year and 5 months. Yeah.
Oh, that's quite a while.
Yeah.
Can you share your background and what inspired you to move to the Middle East?
Well, what inspired me to go to the Middle East was then I gave birth to my son, and I was jobless. So I tried to make me ends meet, of which was so hard for me because at the moment my siblings were not well off. They had their young families. So, and at the moment I was the one living with my mom. So akiteseka tunateseka pamoja. So now we were just there, and we conversed, and we decided you can try. Depending now that my son was on and off of school, yeah, and it really disturbed him, and his grades started going down, and so that's when but I had to ask for his consent because I wouldn't have gone. I didn't have the strength. So I asked him, can I go? Unaweza vumilia?
How old was he at this point?
I think I was in class 2. Then it was standard, not CBC. So I think I was in, if not class 2, class 3. Yeah. So nikamuuliza, nikienda utaweza kukaa? Ai, mom, si uende. Unajua, it is not 1 year, it is 2 years. And he was like, me, I'm good. So I decided, and tukapanga mambo na mimi nikaenda.
And what about your mom and your siblings? What did they think about your move?
No, now that they could not sustain me and my mom at the moment. Some of them, they had just started building themselves. Others had their kids. So it was difficult. So they were like, okay, you can try. And I was for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, what were your hopes and your fears? Kuna kitu ulikuwa unaogopa?
Well, since kitambo, I was like, bana, lazima sasa, siezi. So I was counting the what do I call them? I've gone through train, buses. I've even ride on a donkey. And so I was like, sasa nimebakisha tu kandege. So I thought it was good. I can go. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sasa juu umepanda ndege, umefika Middle East, was it what you expected?
What I expected? Okay, my fears were like, I had never been that far from home. And again, that far away from my son. So I was kind of scared. I feared news from home. Yeah, I'm kind of so much connected to my family. Yeah.
How did you keep in touch with them while you were there?
First of all, when I got there, I had my phone, but the moment I got to that family, they took my phone. But I had to give them conditions. Yeah, how can I live without talking to my son and my mom? So they made sure they gave me credit to call, even if once a week. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you've said that umefika kwa your family and then they took your phone. Which kind of job were you doing at that point?
I was housekeeping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were some of the cultural differences that ulikutana nazo?
Culturals ni unavaa manguo zingine unasikia umepotelea huko ndani. Niwe imetoka huku nimeshuka rastas. Though the joto huko, it was too much. You had to cover your ears. But now apana. I told them now I have to put my ears out or else nitachemkia huku ndani. So they had no otherwise. Yes, if they forced me, I would say mimi sikuski, so I've covered my ears. How do you expect me nikuskie?
So finally wakaacha utoe masikio?
Me, the whole time I was there, I never covered my face. Yeah, though still in those delas. Yeah.
Okay. Kuna challenges zenye ulipatana nazo na how did you manage to adjust?
Challenges and the way you handle them, it depends from how you grown, from where you came from. Yeah, if you're a crying baby, utalia sana, utalia hizo siku zote. So it comes from the strength from where you came from and how much you believe in yourself and how smart you are. Not more likely schooling, but naturally.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious, is there anything about your background, how you were brought up, that you think contributed a lot to you handling those challenges?
Well, in my family, there's no kamami, there's no kababa. When you do something, it is you with a very hot heat. Yeah. So you're told once, twice, but the third time, you get it hot. So, and you're led to decide. You're independent. You tackle your problems. They are looking at you from a distance, but they will let you struggle with your problem until you get the results. Yeah. So now when I went there, I'm used to struggling like somehow alone. But in this, I knew I was alone. So at the same time, I would struggle with my stress or whatever challenge I came through. But at the same time, knowing I'm the one looking after myself. There's no one looking after me because I was all alone.
So that gave you strength?
Yeah, and again, your faith. I came from a background where we are Christians. My mom is a very prayerful woman. And she has brought me up in a way of, when you come to an end, you just pray. Yeah, so I can say my Bible and prayers really helps me. Yeah.
Okay. Sasa tuangalie kazi yenye ulikuwa unafanya. Can you describe a typical day? Like what you will do ukiamka up until you sleep? Like what were you expected to do?
Well, nikiamka, I would, there were two very huge, what do I call them? There were mansions, or two ghorofa kubwa mbili. There were two families, this side and this side. And at the middle, there was a dining. A very huge one containing, ingechukua kaa watu 20. So, in the morning, I would wake up, clean that dining and the restrooms, then go to the kitchen, make sure, ukienda kulala, mostly huko hawalali. So some of them are left cooking, doing all those things. So in the morning, uliacha kitchen ni safi, unaamka unapata tena mavyombo zimejaa. And I would still go. Now I was working for one family. I was sleeping on the other side's family, but I was working for the other side. So I'd go there.
So you're working for two families? Kunaangalia familia mbili?
No, I was working for one family, though I was sleeping in one room in the other family's home.
Okay.
Yeah. So nilikuwa navuka tu naenda kwangu kule nafanya kazi. So in the morning I would clean the ground floor and the loose, and that is all. Kama nafua leo, nafua. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a memorable story from your job? Either kitu yenye ilikuanga inakufurahisha ama challenge yoyote?
Hey, challenge bana, ilikuwa inaingia wakati wa Ramadhan. You don't sleep, like sana ndio sasa hiyo kazi nishinde. There was a time I didn't sleep like for 2 days. Yeah, because all responsibilities you have to finish. Wale watu sio, they are not your relatives, and they are like, you're here to work, so unalala kwa nini? Na wanakuhesabia zile kazi zote unafaa kufanya, na kama haujafanya watakuja wakuongeza zingine, and it is up to you ujipange utamaliza aje. So I found myself sijalala like for 2 days. Yeah, unaamka, unakaa, unapata usiku tena ni mchana. Hivyo.
Oh. Na kuna kitu yote yenye ilikuletea tuseme kama furaha, something that felt rewarding about your job?
Furaha like what furaha?
Like hata kama ni end month ukipata ako ka pesa, like is there anything that made you feel satisfied about the job?
I was happy because at least now my son, I would send that money home. He'd go to school with less stress. Hadi alikuwa anafurahi sana because he was like, kila time watoto wakifukuzia wanini school fees. I'm among them. So vile saa nililipwa, he was so happy. Na akasoma for that time bila stress.
Oh, okay. Unaweza kutuambia ulikuwa unalipwa pesa ngapi?
Then mimi nilienda zikiwa kidogo 800. Yeah.
Okay. Sawa. So ulimanageaje finances zako venye ulikuwa unafanya kazi huko?
There's this one sister of mine, she's Wamboi. I would send her the money. Yeah, and there's another sister. I would tell her what I want with the money I send. So I would send to my sister, Wamboi, to bank the sum of the money for me, and the rest to pay the school fees, to do the home chores. That in the family there are those tomarutas you're like contribute now and then. Yeah, so she used to take care of that.
Oh, okay. So na umesema you used to contribute now and then. What were you making contributions towards, and was there a lot of pressure?
Well, me being the last born, I never give a damn. Now if I don't have, you don't have. Kama sina mimi sina. So they could not pressure me. Yeah, so I'd tell them, mi sina do, sijalipwa, na zenye ziko kwa bank they could not withdraw. So it's either they wait or they contribute for me, I pay them back when I'm paid. Yeah. So sikuwa na stress mimi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Na ulikuanga na savings plan ama financial goals ulikuanga unafuatilia?
One thing now for me with financial planning, sasa hiyo ndio shida inaingia. But one thing I was like about that finance, nilikuwa sana about my son kusoma, and somehow raise my mom's, leave it by then. Tulikuwa chini sana. So I think that was the main. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you share your strategy for sending money home and balancing with your own needs? Because umeongelelea pia kulikuwa na pesa kwa account yenye watu wange withdraw.
Yeah. So hiyo sasa nilikuwa na if they are to I will tell them to send me my money. Wao ndio walikuwa wananitumia pesa.
Nani, the boss ama?
My boss. They would send it to Western Union. Then before I call my sister. Yes, my accountant. Let me
Wambui.
say. She was my accountant, so she was the one who catering for my accounts. So I would call her and I would tell her, this and this money you give for the contributions that are to be contributed back at home. This and this money you give to my mom, and this money you pay for my son's school fees. Yeah, and the rest now you bank them.
Oh, okay. So your strategy was you're catering for your contributions and the needs first, and then the rest is banked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So looking back, what financial advice would you give to someone who is going to the Middle East?
The advice I can give to...
Yeah, their financial advice specifically.
Financial. What advice can I give them? No, you first of all have that someone that you know they are faithful. Not someone's money, but their own money. You know, if you're not faithful with their own money, you can't be faithful with someone else's money. So ndio ukituma usikuja unapata stories zingine kama watu nimesikia wanatuma pesa. Yeah. And again, then I didn't have plans. Now you go there having a plan. If it is investing, don't wait, don't bank the money. Send it straight to investing. Because then it will be growing as you're earning there. By the time you come, it will be maybe twice or three times. Yeah.
Uko na story yote, any story that you've had, those ones that you've mentioned, of people maybe sending money to those who are unfaithful with it?
Yeah, I've had. Watu ni wengi. Nasikia watu wanatuma do. They're like, there's even this one who sent the money to the parent. Imagine your mom, unamtumia do, unamwambia si build hapo kanyumba. Anapiga mapicha kwa manyumba za wengine. By the time you come back, unatafuta nyumba huioni, unashindwa kwani hiyo pesa ilikuwa mingi aje, ina buy land na nikajengewa. Kuuliza unapata hakuna nyumba ilijengwa. Yeah, it is really heartbreaking.
Is there something that you think people need to understand about being a migrant worker working in the Middle East, if there are myths you want to bust?
Sorry?
Is there something that you wish people understood about being a migrant worker, that is when you're working in the Middle East?
Yeah, one thing you should know, where you're going, it is not your village. It is not your local home area. There are no relatives of yours there. So when you start that journey, you should mature, you should natoa hizo areas zote sasa, si kukaa tu hivi umeangalia place moja. Yeah, because for instance, there are some of them that we came home with, they had been done so many bad things, only because you went there as a house help or a housekeeper, and you tend or you think you have no right. You show them you have your rights, you're smart upstairs. Ukikaa hapo, they will even tell you to wash the roof, do everything, you take them to bed. Yeah, you show them you have your what? Unaonyesha uko na mipango zako or yeah, like for instance, mimi nikimaliza kazi huwezi niambia. Mimi nikipanga kazi yangu, I finish and you're like, could you? No. For now, that is for tomorrow. Sijaipangia. Either you wait or you do it for yourself. Lakini kuonesha ati wanakuambia tu wewe unafanya kila kitu wanakuambia. And again, those going up abroad, wasipeleke laziness huko. Because there is no way, hata kama mimi Mkenya, hakuna venye mimi ati nakulipa na hakuna kazi unafanya. Ni ufanye kazi na ufanye kazi smart. Ndio hata ukiwasikiza hata wataona ni kweli huyu dem wanafanya Lakini si eti umelala tu the whole day, kiambiwa unafanya kazi hivi hivi. No. You work, unafanya kazi smart, unakuwa na standards zako. Na tena ukienda huko usijifanye ati hakuna kitu unaelewanga. Hata kama hujui kutumia hiyo machine. Ebu wewe sema, I will do it. Unaachwa hapo ukisoma hadi uelewe. Lakini kuonyesha haujui, watakubeba vibaya sana. Yeah.
Okay. Sasa juu umesharudi hapa Kenya, what was your transition back home like?
Well, now me being the baby in my family, alifurahi sana, just that they could not fit. By then, my sister alikuwa amejaliwa Kavix. Just that hawange fit. Though some of them came by bus. Yeah, so they were so happy to see me. Some of them, I noted they cried a little. Though, okay, I was the first one to go abroad. Okay, my family. And they were like, hey, they were, every time I could call those three people. My mom, my sister Wamboi, and sister Wairimo. And they would have exchanged questions or suggestions. Akikupigia umuulize, umwambie. So I had to answer all those. Na pia bado nilikuwa na pokea updates za home vile kuko. So they were happy. I went and I came back.
And how did you feel? Wewe mwenyewe. Sasa juu umerudi nyumbani.
Okay, mimi nayo machozi. Nikianza kulia na dianga sana. So there is this colleague tulikuja na yeye, she was like, wacha kulia, wacha ujinga. So uliacha your son, it is more than 1 year, alishaanza kukupiga, mama huko unakuja after 1 year. I used to cry. So when I go to the airport, tena unapata mtoto wako ako hapo, amegrow. Unasikia tu, hata bila kutaka tu unapata ukilia. But I really tried. Nililia, okay, but nilificha. Sikutaka nione nikilia sababu na yeye akiniona niko emotional na yeye inamshikanga sana. So I really tried. Yeah, walinishika tu vizuri. So sababu haikuwa like ni kama kuna wengine wanapotea. They don't say wameenda. Tunasikia masimu ati nimekwama huku. Yeah, in fact I had they are all blessings from them all, from my firstborn to now the 5th. Yeah.
Okay. So ni advice gani unaweza patia mtu mwenye anataka kwenda kufanya kazi Middle East?
Advice naweza pea mtu, ukienda huko wewe fanya kazi, and don't forget to pray, because when I was there walikuwa wananipata tu kwa Bible yangu when I'm not working, until they were like, hii kitabu ni gani? Naambia ni Bible. Why not convert to Muslim? And I was like, now if you first convert to Christianity, then I will convert to Muslim. Wakaona hiyo haijatosha, wakatuma watoto. And they thought ati mimi vile napenda mtoto wangu, I will sympathize with the kids and convert. No. So they told the kids waninyamazie, and I was so happy because mimi sikuwa nasumbuliwa sasa. So now the one who had converted ndiye alikuwa anaambiwa kuja unifanyie, and they would show me like wanani hate. Hiyo nayo ni kitu ingine I had gone through back home. So it's either you like me or you don't. That is your problem. So me, I lived smoothly. By then that family was good. And ni kama Kenya tu vile, there are those families. Si wote wazuri na si wote wabaya. Pia huku Kenya kuna wenye hawapei watu food, kuna wenye wanachapwa, kuna wenye wanafanyiwa vitu hizo zote. So huwezi sema ati ni Saudia. Wewe toka tu huku ukisema God help me. Nikifika huko, you just connect me with a good family, because some of them unapata hadi hawapewi food. Mwingine wanapata hapo freedom, they are like, haijafungwa. Nauliza, kwani inafungwangwa? Mimi nikikosa kujipanga na food za lunch, sitapata kitu ya kukula jioni. Hiyo nayo mimi siwezi. So ukitoka huku muombezi, na ujue you stand firm your grounds. Yeah. Na pia ujue they are not your relatives. Ujue kila mtu nini huwa inamtrigger. Kama anapenda hivi, you just do it. Na ukifanya hivyo, you can try to change them by the results of your work. Unajua kuna wengine kazi yao ni mbaya sana. There is no way unaweza fanya kazi mbaya na bado unataka kuniambia huwezi. So the advice I can give them, kuwe muombezi, ufanye kazi smart, na kama shida ikitokea, wewe you just know hauko kwa village yako, know how to handle it. Sababu hata wengine unaenda unapotea, unaenda unapata tena mashida huko. Yeah.
Okay. Sasa tu assume ni wewe unaongelesha Irene, mwenye alikuanga amebakisha siku kadhaa kabla aende Saudi Arabia. Unaweza mwambiaje?
Naweza kuambia nini? Okay, now. Sasa ni kuenda sasa. By then nitakuwa nimepanga mipango. mipango za nataka kufanya nini. Nikuwe nimepanga plans zenye ninataka kufulfill. Ukiamua ni sawa, ukifika ni time ya kuenda enda tu, usikuwe unaangalia nyuma uko both sided. We kuwa tu umeenda sasa. Kuenda ni kuenda, hakuna kuangalia nyuma. Because I was really shivering the first time. But now I had no otherwise. Sasa nimeenda, sasa niende huko, nione kuko aje. Ile iko, tunapambana nayo. Yeah. So kama ni kuenda,
Okay. Unaweza kutueleza sasa hivi unafanya nini? What do you do now?
Bado nafanya housekeeping. Yeah.
And what have you learned over the years?
I've learned it's not a must to go abroad, provided you're surrounded by your family. If by any chance unasikia uoga, there's some tension, it is much more. Kama wewe unasikia hauko sawa, baada ya kwenda kupata ma complications, wewe kaa tu huko. Yeah, you can start up a small business. Yeah.
Okay. Na financially, goals zako zimechange since you started this, since you came back from the Middle East?
Then I was, by the time I went to the Middle East, nikuwa bado kadogo. Nikuwa katoto. So there was ni ile instance ya nikipata though I was some kind of mature, but I was young. I already had responsibility for my son. So, what was I saying?
Your financial goals may change since your son has grown up now.
Oh, it has changed. Yeah, at least now I can cater for 1-2 things. Then I was living then with my sister's babies. Anakupea hivi do, unapitisha hivi. And you're left now with nothing. At least now I can say I have done something. I've stood by myself. Yeah.
So what is your last word to our listeners now?
My last words, by any chance, if you really must go, enda tu na God, na just hope and pray that you're connected with a good family and know how to handle the particular person that you've found there. Yeah, wengine wako na hasira mbaya sana. Wengine ukijifanya kichwa ngumu at some point, wewe jua kama wewe ukijifanya kichwa ngumu na yeye yake inakuwa ngumu zaidi. So if ukiona it is that way, yako is often kidogo. Yeah. Na si kila kitu tena unaambiwa unafanya. Show them you know what you came there to do. Lakini si kudictatiwa how you should live. Yeah. Na ukienda usisahau God. Na usiende ati kuconvert ati ndio utritiwe poa. They will treat you the same. You went there as a house help. Yeah.
This has been the Fulus Africa podcast. Thank you for staying tuned. Catch all our episodes on our social media platforms at Fulus Africa. To share your Gulf stories and experiences, you can reach out to us via our contacts in the description box. Thank you.